Glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho. From the ashes you hear them calling. The children of Africa soaring. Take their hands, lift them up to the future. Show them the way. Glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho. Spread your wings, take a flight, let the fire burn inside, let your inner phoenix light the night. Spread your wings, take a flight, let the fire burn inside, let your inner phoenix light the night. Don't give up, reach the height, only you can do what's right. The passion in your heart is set alight, the time is now. Glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho, glula, umphefumulo wakho.
You are our soldiers. You are the first battalion that we're releasing out there into the country to go and work with young people, to go and help with the challenges that we have in our communities where young people are essentially navigating the career spaces blind, and where the first time some of them they're interacting with career information is at a university after some of them having already applied. And so go out there and let's help contribute towards the success in terms of our education, higher education in particular, and skills development in our country. Enlighten young people about the multiple careers that are out there that are available, but also advise them on what is obsolete, what's no longer working, what's no longer viable. And I think let's drive their passion. You there for that, and I've got so much hope that you will be able to do our country good.
My name is Merciful Matebulal Kuleni. I'm the first career development practitioner in South Africa. As career development practitioners, I think we have to start from the basics. And one man once said, if you want to move mountain, you can start by picking up small stones. So I think as career guidance practitioners, that's where we have to start, starting with those small stones, and one day we'll move mountains. Like for example, starting from the communities that we are at, and one day we'll move the whole South Africa. I thank you.
What advice would I give anybody working in the career guidance profession? I think be your best. It's one of the best jobs in the world to be a career guidance practitioner, but also one of the most important. And critical to your success is keeping yourself up to date with all the trends that are happening, both in the labour market, in education, and in career development.
And it's about people finding out what they want to contribute more than what it is they want to take. And so if somebody finds something that they can give a life to and your lifetime's work to, then why wouldn't you want to do that? So I see career development practitioners as dream catchers. They help people's dreams come alive, and then they support that person to make that dream happen. And that's the magic of this work. And how can you ever get tired of that?
Holistically in the country, there's such a need for us. We we need to guide the youth. We need to provide them with that particular path so that they know where exactly they're going. So long as life orientation educators, they've always been given the task of providing career guidance. But what about the other subjects that are there? Being in maths and sciences has actually allowed me to integrate career development across the different subjects, and especially linking with the different institutes as well. It's important that our kids know what they're getting into when they choose subjects in grade 9, hence the integration part itself. Going forward, it is absolutely essential that every educator from here on in becomes equipped to deal with career guidance. It's also important to make sure that any and everyone that is able to give some advice in terms of career guidance has some sort of backing, has the confidence to be able to give path to a child and be able to steer them in the right direction.
It is a good work. It's one of those work that unlock the child's mind and give the child a supportive system whereby they choose rare skills, not to choose skills that are overcrowded. So thank you very much. Go there and work, guys.
Career development must also change with the change in time and with the changes in the work environment. So it's important for us to then engage in a lot of research as far as what is happening in our country, what sort of interventions have worked before, what interventions have not worked before, and then come up with interventions on career development that will meet the needs of our country, the needs of our families, of our societies.
Career practitioners should never underestimate the importance of the role that they play in South Africa. Even though the Department of Labour has a national footprint, we cannot do this alone. We need them. They assist people with the one important question that all of us have at some stage in our lives. What is my passion? What is the job that I would like to do? What is the career path that I would like to follow? And this is a very challenging question. And that is why it should be so important for our career development practitioners to upskill themselves constantly. If you assist a person in South Africa to find a job, you give that person dignity. But if you assist a person to find a career or a job that that person is passionate about, you ensure that that person leads a happy life. So that is why it cannot be a job for them. It should be a calling.
Career development practitioners are the backbone of career decision making. You can't make decisions without people who are trained and who are willing to give the right information and direct you to the right resources and assist you and walk the way with you to make informed career decisions. And therefore, I don't only want to encourage you as the career development practitioner to continue with the good work that you're doing and use quality, up-to-date information. But I also want to thank you from my side personally, but also from the department side, for the unbelievable work that you are doing and continue to do. And I therefore want to encourage you also, continue with the good work, continue with upgrading yourself and assist every person who cross your way to make informed decisions.
To upcoming career practitioners, this is a very difficult time. I mean, with the high rate of unemployment, people, will kind of lose courage and will not take the advice or the information given seriously. So it's important that our career practitioners inculcate into their clients the spirit of resilience and adaptability, to at least show that in spite of the challenges that we are experiencing, there is still hope. For example, post-COVID, we have new careers emerging. So people should learn to adapt, to be flexible, to embrace the new normal and take advantage of the new careers.
I'm excited by what you're saying, because in the absence, remember, there's this massive void. There are no guidance counselors at schools. So where do we want young people to go? Or even older people are looking for new jobs or looking for different ways in which to upskill themselves. So with career development practitioners, I mean, they're going to fulfill this void that I always wondered, how were we going to fill it? Because unless you bring guidance counselors back to schools, there's no other way you're going to do it. But it is going to be a tough job. And I think one of the greatest skills practitioners are going to have to learn is to bend their minds, because the traditional jobs that we remember don't even exist. And the young people and people who are training now are going to be interested in jobs that we don't even know what it's called yet. I think the difficult thing is going to be motivating young people who do feel down. They're looking around them, they're seeing high levels of unemployment, and sometimes you're going to have to lift yourself in your mind first before you're able to lift yourself physically. So I'd love to encourage these practitioners. You're doing the kind of work that is so needed in South Africa, and in a few years from now, you'll look back and you'll look at all these young minds and these people that you encourage who will go on to do bigger and better things. And the idea is for them to pass it forward. Because I mean, having 10 practitioners and sending out 100, and that 100 must do another 10 of their own, and that's the only way we'll get the word out there.
Career development can really open the eyes of young people, especially young people, because I think they're the backbone of the community. So if young people can explore more opportunities in terms of them having some kind of a knowledge, like having career exposed now and then, maybe in schools, in libraries, in communities, so they can explore a lot of opportunities in terms of how to pursue and how to choose career. Because if you look at right now in South Africa, there is a 30% of unemployment. Yes, there are people out there who have degrees, diplomas, but why are they unemployed? It's because there is a lack of knowledge in terms they choose the careers that are not in demand. So if young people can be shared that knowledge earlier, what careers are in demand right now, so what skills is needed out there, then they'll be able to choose to make the right decision in terms of pursuing the right careers.
Enlighten young people about the multiple careers that are out there that are available, but also advise them on what is obsolete, what's no longer working, what's no longer viable. And I think let's drive their passion. You're there for that, and I've got so much hope that you will be able to do our country good.